Welcome to the Lessons for Living television program. My name is Bill Santos. Thank you so much for watching. Well, if you were with us last week, you'll know that our guest, Dr. David Sloan, is back with us again this week as we continue to walk through the 7 keys to aging gracefully. Now, if you weren't with us last week, don't panic. Visit the website, l4ltv.com, and you can watch last week's program. That will bring you up to speed. Dr. Sloan, welcome back to the Lessons for Living television program.
Thanks, Bill. Great
It's good to have you with us again, and we don't want to waste any time because we want to make sure we get through all 7 keys. Maybe just a quick synopsis of who you are, and an overview just of what we touched on last week.
All right. My work as a doctor of natural medicine has been a very interesting journey. Been almost 40 years,
Wow.
38 counting. We have a clinic in Whitby, brand new clinic, Sloan Natural Health Center. And we are doing some very exciting things, integrating the best of natural medicine with conventional medicine. Our website, you can visit us online at sloannaturalhealthcenter.com, and our clinic phone number is 905-493-3553.
Excellent. We'll have a link also on our website for folks that want to get in contact with you. And so we've been talking about aging gracefully and 7 keys that you identified. In last week's program, we got through the first 3. And so maybe you want to just quickly review those 3 for the benefit of those that maybe watch us didn't review last week.
Several years ago, the Lord gave me an acronym called TRANSFORM, and I shared that on previous programs.
Yes.
And so we just briefly went through the TRANSFORM acronym. Then the second key was weight control, because it's become such a serious problem leading to many serious diseases, and how we can turn that around. The third step was nutrition and adopting a plant-based diet. I wanted to say on the last program, but didn't get a chance, is that adopting a plant-based diet has been shown in research to amount to as much as 8 to 10 extra years of life as compared to our meat-eating counterparts. And so that, in addition to all the other benefits, is another one, but often overlooked is the spiritual component. When we clean up our diet and we eat a plant-based diet, our spiritual, I guess, understanding, our clarity of spiritual things, our desire to know more about the spiritual side of our makeup actually becomes heightened.
Interesting.
And so that is something that I experienced very much when
Well, God's desire for His children is that you live life and live it more abundantly.
Amen.
And so, okay, so let's move on then to key number 4.
Key number 4 is a word that a lot of people don't like, and that's exercise.
Oops.
And yes, but we were made to move. Science has proven that not only the nutrition or good nutrition, but exercise or activity, which maybe might be a better word, is as powerful a thing that we can do to age gracefully. So, exercise, like nutrition, can be done the right way, and it can be done the wrong way.
Right, okay.
And so it's important to know what it is that we should and shouldn't do when it comes to anything that we do. And exercise is no exception. What I generally say is that if you can't do anything else, walk.
Okay.
Adopt a walking plan. Get out and walk, say 3 times a week, half an hour, and expand on that if you can. But that's something that most people can do. Most people can do. Barring that, anything that you enjoy doing, whether it's gardening, whether it's swimming, cycling, whether it's hiking, whether it's playing a certain sport, whatever it might be, as long as you're moving and you're active,
Okay.
that's going to be good for your health.
So you're saying not necessarily, in the gym there,
No,
but
not
activity.
Not necessarily. One of the things that I like to bring out with respect to exercise is that we try to get equal parts of the three major forms of
Okay.
exercise. So that's strength training, cardio or aerobic exercise, and flexibility training. I often see, well, let's say a woman who will jump on the treadmill or go for long walks and stretch and everything, but do nothing about strength training, about doing something that's going to
Some weights?
tax
Okay.
the muscles.
Got it.
And yet, by doing that, science has shown us that only 3 times a week, 20 minutes, will reduce the risk of degenerative disease significantly and help a person, as we're discussing here, to age more gracefully and enjoy, better mobility and so on and so forth. So it's important to incorporate those 3 forms of exercise as much as we can in whatever it is or whatever activity that we're doing.
So it's like equal amounts? Like the same amount of?
I would say that you could look at it that way, but if you're doing something that's active, keep that in mind. Like just in your mind, say, well, okay, when I'm doing this, maybe I can stretch a little bit more.
Okay.
Or if I see that a heavy object, I can lift that up and so on and so forth. The whole concept is to just keep moving. So if you're working at a desk job during the day, then find ways that you can move around, like park the car further away so that you have to walk further into work.
Right, okay.
Take the stairs instead of the elevator,
yes.
Get a watch that has a pedometer so that you can see how many steps you've taken that day. Get up, move around, just whatever you can think of. You'd be surprised how you can incorporate activity into your day and movement.
Excellent. Great.
So the next step or key would be, it would be stress reduction. And I'm going to bring sort of exercise into that because one of the great things about exercise, besides, the cardiovascular protection and prevention of all kinds of different diseases, is the neutralization of stress.
Okay.
Stress is our #1 cause of illness today.
Wow.
#1. And anything that we can do to avoid it, reduce it, eliminate it, because
Sure.
eliminating would be,
Yeah.
not likely going to happen, but anything that we can do to reduce it or neutralize it is going to be very, very helpful. So exercise is one of those things. Rest, to reduce stress because of ample rest is very helpful. So we see a lot of sleep deprivation. So
Yes, we do.
Easily corrected thing to do is to just make sure you get more sleep and try to get good quality sleep. And we could go into a lot of details about sleep and proper sleep and how much sleep and when you should go to bed. These are very important things to make sure you get that daily rest. 1 day off a week. God has given us a day in which He has asked us to come away from our work and from our activities to commune with Him and with our families
Yes.
and our friends and our ability to just reflect and just take a breather and so on. That Sabbath day, as it is called in the Bible, is a gift. And it has been a huge blessing for me over the years as I have adopted the Sabbath. And the Sabbath day God made is Saturday.
Yes.
And that day He's sanctified. So that day, He has actually made it extra
special day.
So it's not Monday, it's not Wednesday, it's not just any day. It's that day, Saturday, that God has sanctified. And so that day has empowered, or will empower, anybody who keeps that day that God has put aside with blessings that we wouldn't see if we did it on some other day.
Exactly.
So it's all being tied into that first key, or the first word of our acronym,
right, which
transform,
is
which is trust or believe that God is in control. He's a plan for our lives, and this is part of that. So that day a week rest, 52 days out of the year, it's not bad.
Right.
A vacation. Many of my patients, they don't even know what that word means.
Yes.
They don't take vacations.
Yes.
But we must. We must take time off every so often just to recharge, regenerate, get away from that, let our bodies heal, regenerate. So
sometimes just breaking that routine that we're caught up in every day, you know, driving that 401, I mean, here in the GTA or whatever.
Absolutely.
Just to get away from that. Even if it means just spending time at home with your family.
Exactly.
You know, do some gardening or something. Just take some time away.
Take some time
exactly.
to yourself and to allow your body to regenerate. Another form of stress reduction is healthy relationships. And I don't know, Bill, if you knew this, but even having a goldfish can make a difference in the amount of stress and actually your longevity.
Interesting.
Studies have been done with senior citizens who all they had was a goldfish, and it just turned them around as far as their outlook, as far as their, you know, they were moving faster, they were doing more things, they were just more upbeat.
Fascinating.
So thinking about just a goldfish, if we expand on that, if you're married or a spouse, or if you have a friend or a relative, a parent, a cousin, a nephew, somebody that you can associate, you can personally interact with, that you can share your burdens with, that you can have a great laugh with. You can have a lot of fun and do activities together. A disturbing statistic that I came across a few years ago was that 25% of us here in North America, 25% are totally alone.
Wow.
Totally alone. They have no one, not a parent, not a brother, not an aunt, not an uncle, not a grandparent, not a friend, no one. And yet, you could have 10,000 Facebook friends.
Right.
And still be alone.
Exactly.
So this is a very, very important part of our makeup, is we were made to interact.
Exactly. To be social beings, absolutely.
Social beings and so on.
Absolutely.
Step number 6, or key number 6, is the reduction of inflammation. And you might wonder about that, is why would that be? Like, this is 7 keys, so it's got to be pretty important. Well, it is. It's an often overlooked problem.
Okay.
Many doctors are not cognizant of how that presents as they see patients in their offices. It's insidious. In other words, it's all through our system. You know, if someone comes into me and their face is kind of puffy and they're kind of like aches and pains and things like that, we know right away inflammation is a problem. They're not digesting well. They have, you know, discomfort here, or they might have irritable bowel syndrome, or even more serious, Crohn's or colitis. These are all forms of inflammation.
Interesting.
Kidney disease, liver disease, Alzheimer's, heart disease. These all bear the aspects of inflammation at the very core of these particular problems.
Where does this, so how does this inflammation, where does it come from?
Where does it come from?
Yeah.
My understanding of it is that it comes from our diet, our lifestyle, and stress. And we've just been talking about all of those things.
Everything you've been talking, exactly.
And so my recommendation is that if you can follow the TRANSFORM acronym, clean up your diet, get yourself more active, and look at all the stress reduction, tactics or strategies that you can come up with, that is going to have a very positive impact on inflammation in your system. Now, there are some that will follow all of these things, and yet the inflammation still continues. And that's not an excuse not to do those things, but what simply you need to do is to continue following those things, but in addition, add herbs and supplements, because this is where they can really shine.
They fight the inflammation?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
One of the things that I notice in my patient population is that those who are taking a multitude of medications are typically much more ill or unwell than those who take a minimum of prescriptions, medications.
Makes sense, yeah.
Our first goal, and this is at our clinic, is to help people as much as possible to avoid needing prescriptions. Okay, we do need them sometimes.
Yes.
That's for sure. But if we can use a natural alternative that will do the same thing but doesn't have the side effects and that works with our system, much, much better. So that is our approach. So with inflammation, we're going to recommend things such as curcumin, boswellia, also known as frankincense, things like oregano, ginger, things that we're using in our spices for cooking, rosemary, thyme, all of these things, peppermint, all these things have tremendous healing properties, which when combined or used alone can be very, very beneficial. So inflammation, I want our viewers to be very aware of that is a problem that if it continues to persist can even lead to cancer.
So you said that you may be feeling some certain discomfort, you may not by digesting. Any other indications that inflammation?
Joint pains.
Okay.
Okay, aches and pains, which arthritis. We have autoimmune disorders, so rheumatoid arthritis, a lot of inflammation there. Hashimoto's thyroiditis, a lot of inflammation there. So just anywhere where there is pain or discomfort often is accompanied or underlying cause being inflammation.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't hear enough about that, yeah.
So that's a very important key as we're aging, because that inflammation is going to create a huge barrier to our mobility, to our ability to do things and to function. It can be very, very limiting. So it's very, very important.
Wow, interesting.
We're now coming to
number 7.
7. And what that one is incorporating the best of conventional medicine with the best of natural medicine. And we were just kind of talking about that earlier, about our first attempt is to try to use something natural to help with our health ills.
Yes.
And if we need to move to something prescription, we need to, but better to do natural first as much as possible. So where I'm going with that is that God has given us a huge amount of knowledge in how we can treat disease and degeneration over the last, 25 years, and even in the last 5 to 10 years. The advances in medicine have been incredible. And at the same time, God has given us, through the Bible and through the book of nature, many, many wonderful tips and guidance and knowledge on our health.
Right.
Which we have, we've been discussing as we've been going through this. So it makes sense to combine the best of all of these things that God has given us to the best of our benefit. And this is
not an either-or proposition.
No, absolutely not. This is what we are working and actually accomplishing at our clinic, Sloan Natural Health Center, because we see potential there. So a good example is with hormonal imbalance. Hormones are extremely important in our body function. Without them, we couldn't function. And so we find that living in our day and age, there's a lot of hormonal imbalance.
Right.
Men, women, at all ages and stages of life. And so with proper blood tests and interpretation of how our hormones are working, we can correct hormonal imbalances with bioidentical hormones and nutritional supplements and so on, which will help to optimize the levels of our hormones, which as we age tend to slide,
right.
Some more than others, but that creates a real aging process. Another example is thyroid. The thyroid has been a real bone of contention in how to properly treat it. And because of the fact that the medications that are mostly provided only provide one form of thyroid hormone, T4, which is thyroxine, and not T3, which is triiodothyronine, or T3, many people are not really getting the benefits out of their medication. In other words, their thyroid symptoms are not being resolved.
Oh, wow.
So when we do the blood tests and we examine the results of the T4, free T3, as well as the TSH, or the thyroid stimulating hormone, we see that many people are not converting that T4 into T3, which is your main thyroid hormone. And so they're not getting resolution of their symptoms.
Interesting.
So this is what we do. We now get the pharmacy to compound a thyroid medication, which will give them T3 as well as T4 because they're not converting properly. So these are some examples of what we're doing, and much more to come.
Yeah, we did a program in a previous season specifically on balancing hormones. I think what I'm going to do is on the website, I'm going to have a spot on the website for specifically your programs that folks may be prompted through this discussion to go back and look at those and get some very valuable information. We have a few minutes left. I want to make sure we get back to your website again, because we're going to be inundated with calls, and because this is the reality that we see. Folks are not well, and they can. So give us the website again and the phone number.
So our website, then you can visit us online at sloannaturalhealthcenter.com, and our clinic phone number is 905-493-3553.
We have a couple minutes left. Maybe a closing thought.
Okay. What I would like to say is that I've given a lot of information here, and it may appear to viewers that this is, overwhelming. This is just I can't deal with all this. And my advice is that these are things that you can take a step at a time.
Okay.
Choose one thing,
right,
and work on that for a while. And when you feel comfortable with that, then move on to the next.
You'll probably see some improvements,
and you will,
which motivates you then to do more, right?
Absolutely. And so that would be one of the things that I want to share with the viewers, is that as much as this is, each and every thing is very powerful. And I would recommend that you pray about it and ask God, okay, what is it that I should do? Where do you think, Lord, I should focus right now? What's the most important thing? And then build on it.
And God will show it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dr. Sloan. Let us pray. Gracious God, loving Heavenly Father, thank you so much for the love and the mercy and the kindness that you show us. Thank you for being concerned about all of us, not only our spiritual side, but our physical side also. And I just pray that as we listen to these recommendations, this wise counsel, that Heavenly Father, you will work with us and show us the kinds of steps we need to take in our lives, that we might live life and live it more abundantly. Please bless each and every viewer. I pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Well, Dr. Sloan, we've come to the end of another program. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for asking me. It's been great to be here.
And we look forward to having you back again, because you are our resident health expert. And so we look forward to having you back. And thank you for being with us each and every week, and for praying for our ministry, and for encouraging others to watch. Dr. Sloan has been gracious enough to put into an article the 7 keys to aging gracefully, and thank you for that. There's a lot of information, valuable information, and he's offered to make that available to our viewers. So if you're interested in receiving this article, 7 Keys to Aging Gracefully, even if you feel old already, you can go to the website, l4ltv.com, and there will be a tab there where you can request it, and we'll email it to you. If you don't have an email, then there'll be a spot where you can put in your address, and we'll be happy to send you by mail the copy of Dr. Sloan's article. Want to remind you, while you're on the website, why not just venture over to the tab that says Donate Today and make a donation to help keep this ministry on the air. Want to remind you of our Instagram. Every day, a devotional video gets out on Instagram, a 1-minute devotional video. If you're interested in receiving that, follow me on Instagram, Santos_Bill. We are all out of time. Dr. Sloan, thanks again for being here. Thank you for being here, our faithful viewers. We pray that we'll have the opportunity to do this again real soon. May God bless you and keep you. We look forward to being back again with you.